Do you ever have one of those days where you wake up ready to conquer the world, and then suddenly it's 8 p.m. and you've only conquered your fridge? Yeah, same. Let me introduce you to the productivity lie. The myth, the scam, the fairy tale we've all bought into like it was a Black Friday deal. If I just try harder, I'll finally get things done. Spoiler, trying harder doesn't work. Because if it did, I wouldn't have alphabetized my spice rack instead of starting this script. We all have that one thing we're supposed to be doing. Maybe it's writing, or working out, or building that app. But somehow we end up cleaning windows, baking banana bread, or researching if penguins have knees. They do, by the way, hidden under the fluff. You're welcome. And we call it being productive. Let's be real, procrastination has evolved. It's not just lying on the couch doing nothing anymore. No, now it wears a hoodie, carries a planner, and says stuff like, "I'm just doing some background research." Bro, you watched a 45-minute video essay on why gladiators ate barley? That's not research. That's Netflix with extra steps. But we convince ourselves it counts because we're moving. We're doing stuff. Stuff equals progress, right? Wrong. Being busy and being productive are not the same thing. You can be sprinting in the wrong direction and still be tired. You can climb a ladder all day and then realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. That's the lie, the productivity lie. The idea that motion equals meaning, that hustle equals purpose. It's like ordering a salad with 6 cupcakes. You're not fooling anyone. Here's the harsh truth your to-do list doesn't want you to know. Most of what you put on there doesn't actually matter. It's all decoys. Reply to emails. Organize desktop. Make a new folder inside your folders because folders make you feel safe. You want to feel productive without facing the real thing you're avoiding. And the real thing? That task, that goal, that terrifying, important, meaningful thing? It's just sitting there, quiet, watching you rearrange your paper clips again. Why? Because deep down, the problem isn't that we're lazy. It's that we're scared. Scared of failing. Scared of starting. Scared that if we try and it's not perfect, we'll prove all our worst fears right. So we don't try. We just plan, tweak, wait. We call it preparing. Nah, it's just fancy procrastination. But don't worry, you're not broken. You're just caught in the myth. Because nobody taught us how to work with our brains. They just gave us a planner and yelled, "Good luck." Let me make it easy for you. You don't need 27 productivity tools. You don't need the perfect app or the perfect setup. You don't need to meditate on a mountain while journaling in a font called Enlightenment Sans. You just need to do the thing. Not all of it, not perfectly, just a little, just now. Because action kills fear. Not planning, not watching, not color-coding your calendar with 5 shades of guilt. Doing. One step. One ugly, messy, half-baked attempt at the real thing. That's what breaks the lie. So next time your brain says, "Let's do it tomorrow," just smile, sip your coffee, and say, "Shut up, we're doing it now." Because this is one frame, and we're done letting procrastination wear a productivity costume. Alright, so we've exposed the productivity lie, we've caught it red-handed, stealing hours from our lives and blaming us for it. Cool. Now what? Do we burn our to-do lists, move to the mountains and raise goats? Tempting, but probably not. Let's talk solutions, real ones, the unsexy kind that actually work. Step 1. Lower the bar. No, really, like drag that bar down, bury it in the floor if you have to. Because your brain doesn't want to climb Mount Everest every morning. It just wants to survive. You tell yourself, today I will write 2,000 words, run 10K, meal prep for the apocalypse, and become spiritually aligned with the moon. Your brain hears that and goes, or, hear me out, we could scroll. The trick is to make the first step so ridiculously easy, your brain can't protest. Not write a novel. Just open the door. Not go to the gym. Just put on the shoes. Not eat healthy. Just remove the donut from your lap. That one hurts. Because momentum beats motivation every time. And here's the kicker. Once you start, you almost always keep going. It's science. Or witchcraft. Either way it works. Step 2. Make it stupid obvious. Your goals should slap you in the face every time you forget them. Want to read more? Put the book where your phone usually lives. Want to work out? Sleep in your workout clothes. Wake up ready to lunge like a medieval knight. Want to film that project? Keep your camera where your guilt lives, right on your desk. Out of sight is out of mind. In sight is, let's go, baby. Step 3. No 0 days. Even on your worst day, the I feel like a potato kind of day, do one tiny thing that moves you forward. Write one sentence, do one push-up, read one page, eat one carrot, then immediately reward yourself with a gold star, or another carrot if you're wild like that. Because tiny progress is still progress, and tiny progress stacked up becomes ridiculous momentum. We think we need to change our whole life in a weekend. But real transformation? It's boring, it's repetitive. It's doing the right small thing again and again while nobody claps. But one day, you look up and realize you've built something. A habit, a body, a skill, a life. And it wasn't the massive bursts of motivation that did it. It was the tiny, dumb, unimpressive steps. So yeah, productivity hacks are cool. But you don't need a new app. You need a lower bar, a clear cue, and the commitment to do just one thing even when your brain is screaming, let's do it tomorrow. Because tomorrow is a lie. But today, our calendar is available to, and if you're still waiting for the perfect time, just remember, the perfect time doesn't show up with a calendar alert. It shows up when you do. So you've lowered the bar. You've tricked your brain into starting. You've embraced the glorious mediocrity of no 0 days. But let me guess, you're still not doing the thing. Or you start the thing, and 2 days later Netflix kidnaps you, again. Why? Because wanting to do something, and actually doing it are different beasts. And your brain, it's playing on hard mode. You're trying to write, and your brain's like, cool, but what if we re-watched season 3 of that show we already finished, twice? Here's the missing piece, identity. Not like your passport. I mean the story you're telling yourself about who you are, because actions follow identity, like a dog follows snacks. If you think, I'm just not the kind of person who sticks to routines, guess what? You'll bail faster than a raccoon caught in a spotlight. But if you shift the story to, I'm the kind of person who shows up daily, even if it's messy, suddenly it gets easier to show up. You don't need to be productive. You just need to believe you're the kind of person who tries. We don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our habits. And habits are powered by identity. You're not writing a book. You're becoming a writer. You're not going to the gym. You're becoming someone who moves even when it sucks. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is casting votes for the kind of person you want to become. Each small action. One vote. Eat one vegetable. Vote for healthy you. Record one video. Vote for creator you. Resist one scroll through social media. Vote for focused you. Also, legendary. But how do you make it stick? Glad you asked. Let's talk about the holy trinity of behavior change. Cue, routine, reward. It's not just some productivity mumbo-jumbo. It's basically how our entire lives run. Cue, you see your running shoes. Routine, you go outside and jog. Reward, you feel invincible for 12 minutes, then collapse. Simple, effective, kind of painful, but hey, it works. So make your cues obvious. Make your routines easy. And make your rewards juicy. Like, write 200 words, then get your sacred treat, chocolate, YouTube. That weird series about competitive duck herding, no shame. Because the brain is a simple machine. Do the thing, feel good, repeat. Forget discipline, build a system. And here's a spicy truth. Distraction isn't your biggest problem. Boredom is. You're not skipping the task because it's hard. You're skipping it because it's not immediately interesting. So make it fun. Put on music. Race the timer. Pretend you're doing it to save a village of talking squirrels. Whatever makes it feel less like work and more like a game. Because if you can enjoy the process, even a little, you've already won. And finally, yes, here comes the soft punch of wisdom. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent enough. Even if today was a flop, even if yesterday was a disaster, tomorrow's a new chance to vote for the version of you that actually gets things done. So, if you've been waiting for a sign, thank you, this is it. Yes, you. Yes, now. If you found yourself laughing, crying, or dramatically nodding at your screen like you're in a productivity cult, hit that like button. Seriously, it's the digital equivalent of a fist bump. And if you're on a mission to outsmart your procrastination goblin, subscribe to One Frame. We turn self-improvement into stickman-fueled chaos and surprisingly useful advice. Drop a comment below. What's the one vote you're casting today for future you? Now go. Be mediocre, be messy, but most importantly, be consistent. Because greatness is just consistency with better marketing. And on that note, see you in the next frame.